Now I hit record in the, oh yeah, let me do one thing so that we don't have to listen to it on Facebook. I'll just kill that. But next week, I wanted to mention next week, the original Heart of ER Shred, Mimi Terrell, will be opening a, I'm going to kill that. Good. She'll be opening an envelope and it's going to be fun. I hope you guys can all join in on the fun and watch her open that. Maybe you could do your song before you open that up, Mimi. That would be cool.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I warned her that if she opens that envelope before next Wednesday night, that a paint bomb is going to explode in her face. Okay, now we're going to just hit record right here.
Oh, darn, I was going to play what I played you. All right.
And are we recording on this computer for the podcast? We are done. Welcome everybody to the ER Shred Come Alive call. I am your host tonight, Sean Escobar, and my wife, Crystal, will hopefully be with us soon. She is, of course, going and getting my daughter from driver's ed. If you can believe I have almost a 16-year-old now. I'm going to mute everybody for a sec. Now, again, this call is being broadcast on Crystal Escobar's wall on Facebook. If you would like to go and share it from there, we would love it, because our mission and our goal around ER Shred, Jesse James Jamnick, our ambassador around the nutritional protocol, has made it very clear our ambition is to help millions of people with this protocol, especially because of what it's done for each and every one of us personally. So please do go share. I'm actually going to go share on my wall because people might be planning on it being there tonight. So with that said, what I was just about to say, Susan Rothman, our health professional, had just mentioned there's a lot of new faces on the call tonight. And I want to tell you guys what's about to unfold. And I'm not saying this from a place of arrogance at all. I'm saying this from a place of positive expectancy and excitement, because here we go. Because things are seasonal. When it comes to this type of thing, things are seasonal. And, the slowest time of year is by far and away Christmas. Christmas is slow. Into the new year even is slow around these types of things. Nutritional protocol, people making a difference with their lifestyle. And then the other slow time, believe it or not, is summer. And so we just concluded summer. And if you guys remember, we started ER Shred almost a year ago. October 3rd was the first official community group shred. And coincidentally, we're about to kick off our anniversary ER Shred, which is very exciting. I think is that the 11th, you guys? Can anyone chime in and remind me? I don't want to give out the wrong. Okay, thank you, Connie. So that's October 11th. Thank you, Sonia. So October 11th is our next community group ER Shred. Get everybody you can to come on that. Let's make that the biggest ER Shred ever in history. That's going to be a lot of fun. A couple other announcements before we kick off with Darcy. Number one is next week on Tuesday on the Shred Your Body call, Jesse had made a great suggestion, and he suggested that we have our entire board of ER Shredders, the people that have been just working their tails off every day on this thing, that we all come together and just have a fun little session, if you will, and conversation, and kick it around and have some fun and just kind of talk about the last year and talk about all the joy and all the everything beautiful around ER Shred, what it's been for us and what you all mean to us. And so that will be October 5th, I believe, next Tuesday. So please make sure you're on that call. That will be broadcast on Jesse's wall, I'm sure, and then also in the group at ershredders.com. If you weren't on last night's call, that was amazing. Jesse did an incredible job, I thought, of asking repeated questions and digging more out of Susan Look, who's a nurse. And it was just awesome. I mean, it was just awesome. And I just loved the information is what I really took away from that one. So go check that out if you haven't, and that will be up soon, hopefully on the podcast. It's for sure on the YouTube channel already. And so with that said, I want to kick off the call. Disclaimers are in the chat. Disclaimers that we do not attempt to cure, treat, prevent any type of illness. We never tell people to go off their medications. We are just a nutritional dietary lifestyle protocol, but beyond that, we are a movement. We are a community of people who have taken back control of their health. We're a community of people who have actually decided enough is enough, and it's time to begin feeling our way to good health for the first time. And you'll hear from the people tonight who are so brave coming on, sharing their testimonies. It's going to make me emotional because to us, to the board, you guys are royalty. You guys are heroes, that you took back control and that you intend on keeping control. Okay, with that said, I will announce our first testimonial tonight. Her name is, she just finished a steak and salmon dinner, I believe. She's having car trouble, so send her good vibes out there. She's having car trouble, but she still agreed to be on the call. That's Darcy Warren. Are you there, Darcy?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm going to put this on a different view so that we can see you better. I hope you're okay with that.
It's all good.
Darcy, where are you calling from?
I am calling from Richmond, Virginia.
I lived there for a while. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. And what do you do for a living?
I actually work at CarMax. And I also, in the spare times of my life from being a mom and trying to be as healthy as possible, I also try and coach others as well.
Is that your passion?
It is my passion. I was a swimmer and athlete my entire life. Went to college, D1 scholarship, went to Olympic trials, and always, nutrition and health was always a huge part of my life, and took it for granted for a really long time. And as I got older and body changes, have kids and all of that, and stopped working out because after 2-a-day practices for most of my life, I was like, okay, I think I'm done with that. And I took a break for a while. And while I was still active in certain respects and still did some stuff, I definitely let things go. And after my second child and gaining back all of my baby weight and being the heaviest I've ever been by a good 80 pounds, I decided to do something. And it's when I started Isagenix. And so it'll be 5 years that I've been doing Isagenix as part of my protocol in certain ways. But it wasn't until last year in November, my 42nd birthday, that I heard about ER Shred through Isagenix, and I had gone ebbs and flows. And, I started training for half marathons and was doing a bunch of stuff, but I was never being consistent, and there was still just something missing. And I started the ER Shred, my first one last November, and had amazing results.
Okay. This is cool. Oh my gosh, you're good at this. Like, I didn't even have to ask many questions. You're really good at this. Tell me who shared the ER Shred with you.
Laura Hernandez did.
We love Laura. That's cool. Yeah, very cool. What a result she had.
She did.
She was one of the reasons that ER Shred really, like, how kindling goes up in a flame.
Yes. She tends to do that with things.
We love Laura. So we love you, Laura.
I do too.
You're a superhero. So
she is amazing.
Now you started ER Shred last November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so how did that go for you?
My very first one, I lost 15 pounds and I think like 16 inches. So much of it was bloat and everything. And again, my body has gone through so many changes as I've gotten older, and I was not really thinking and putting the pieces together of how my body was working or not working. And I was just trying to get through. And, I'm not a big scale person, but it was more about how I felt. And that's always been the case. I've always been a bigger person. I always have had more muscle. I'm 5'9". I'm big boned, so that was never, I never wanted to be this skinny thing and fit into a certain box. It was about how I felt. And, even though I was continuing with Isagenix on a daily basis, at least one shake and doing certain things and doing cleansing, there was definitely something missing and my energy had gone down and I was not seeing the results I had before. And so I really wanted to try something new.
Killer. So before we move on to how it's been the last little while, any non-scale victories you can speak to on your initial ER shred?
Absolutely. For sure. I don't crave bad food. And when I have bad food, whether it's processed or whatever, I don't like the taste of it as much. And if I eat it, it's more mental, 100%. It's just a mental thing. And that's something that I've now been working on my last 2 months is my mental aspect and my consistency. It's something that and my discipline I knew was missing in my life. So that's been something that I've really been focusing in on, but just not craving it. And my energy has been through the roof.
Now, when you say these things about cravings, energy, are you talking about that initial ER shred? Or are you talking about it's just continued on?
It's continued when I go, because I will be honest, from November until now, I've attempted probably 6 shreds, but only really truly got through 3. I'm on my 4th one now, and finishing this Friday and really doing it. And when I've added stuff back in, there were times at first, I would lose 15 pounds and then I slowly added stuff back in, but then I started having a lot too much wine and going in excess on certain things. And that's where I knew I needed my mind shift for me, personally, on just going the excess of things. But every single time my energy through the roof and the cravings and all of that, and I just feel satisfied. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel satisfied more, and knowing what are my triggers makes me feel so much better. I just don't feel uncomfortable all the time like I did before.
The word that's coming to my mind is empowerment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally taking control.
You feel that? That's cool.
Absolutely. It's
really
wonderful.
Cool.
And I've, like I said, I've done other things, but I'm doing 2 workouts a day right now. I've done some before and afters, but I haven't done my actual measurements yet. And so I'm excited to just see the results, but I can just look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, there's a muscle there. I didn't know that was there. So
Darcy,
it's been fun.
You are an athlete.
Yes.
And I think it's so cool to say that to you because I am an athlete. And, I kind of had this mind F word around I couldn't get past the thought that I was this incredible athlete until I got so injured that I couldn't be an athlete anymore. And then I kind of did this thing to myself where it's Sean's no longer an athlete. And it's that's messed up. What we do to ourselves is messed up because Jesse is the one that inspired me to take fitness serious again and to see what my body can do and what it's capable of. Not because you get a trophy, not because you get the acclaim, but because it's who you are. It's what you are.
100%. I mean, I started running because it was easy for me to do with little kids because I just had to step outside and run instead of going to the pool and all of that. But this last time I've actually finally gotten back in the pool and it's my sanctuary. And I have been going in the pool swimming, and I told my husband, I'm going to go to nationals for masters and I'm going to win in the 100 breasts. That's my goal in the next 2 years. And I think I can do it. And so, I'm getting back into a place where I can be an athlete as a 42-year-old in some way, shape, or form. And it's always been in me. So that's what I am aiming to do.
Oh, I'm just so happy for you. You should be
Thank you.
so proud of yourself. Everybody, if you would go in the group, ershredders.com, and look up Darcy, because she posted a very awesome before and after picture. And I just felt so drawn to you when you did that,
Thank
because
you.
to me, you know what? Like, oh God, that's just really, really awesome. Oh man, like, social media and the internet and those waves, like there's so much garbage out there.
No,
And
this is positive.
this is positivity. And
Yeah.
it's also, people throw out the word real all the time, Darcy. They always say, this is, I'm real, I'm real, I'm real. There's not many things online that are real. And this is so beautiful. It's just so
Thank
beautiful.
you.
What's
I
unfolding.
appreciate that. It's
Oh,
been important to me, and it's been one of the reasons why sometimes in my health coaching business, I haven't felt as great, because I felt like I wasn't doing, I was talking the talk but not walking the walk, and I don't want to be inauthentic like that. And that was another thing I needed to do for me and for the people that I want to help, because I love to coach people. I love to build people's relationships. That's what I do in my job at CarMax. But it's really my passion to align it with health. And that's for sure where I think it's important. And I think everybody's just got a different story, and it's about letting it just be honest, raw and real, and going, my big thing is I fall forward. Running is the motion of falling forward, literally.
yes.
And that's how I look at my whole life. I'm going to take tumbles, and I'm going to have times where I'm not going to be, it's not going to be 100% perfect, and that's okay. But as long as I'm falling forward and learning as I go, that's the most important thing. And this community has been a huge part of it, and just the encouragement in general has been absolutely wonderful. And it's a huge wealth of knowledge. And like, I was having cholesterol issues, blood pressure issues, all that's gone. Those are some more non-scale, but the list could go on and on.
I hope there's not enough of Jesse to go around in these shred your body calls. I hope one day you're
Oh,
in
don't
there.
worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I've been sitting here like itching. Hi, Darcy.
Hi, Jesse.
I love this. I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure. No.
So you've experienced now. I'm gonna assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when you were training in the past, Olympic trials, competitive, 2 times, pushing yourself, I do understand the brink that you bring yourself to. So
Yep.
I got you. Was
Yep.
that the carb load? Were you on that type before? Was that the way that you trained before, or how?
It was definitely, I will say, and I look back on it, as much as I was a D1 athlete at a Big Ten school, nutrition was not taught the way it should have been.
Gotcha.
At least to me, as not a money-making sport.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I don't remember it being carb loading, except for, like before meets and all that kind of stuff. Protein was pushed, but not, but in no real way. So, when I have
Yeah.
to say, like, I don't remember it. That's the saddest part, is the nutrition to fuel your body was not talked about enough.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you answering that. So I agree with you. I can show you that in pretty much every school that really should be
Yeah.
teaching
Yeah.
nutrition. What I meant was, for you personally,
Oh.
were you using carbohydrates and fueling that way to push your workouts and sustain your workouts?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
So now that you have practiced or gotten to experience fat adaptation,
Yep.
right? Because I've been both sides of that spectrum as well, right? Ultra marathon running with loading with carbs, eating pasta the night before, and now I've done another one where I ate steak and butter, and you know what I mean? Like, hallelujah, right?
Yeah.
What are you experiencing now with endurance? Did you have a little bit of a tweak in the beginning? Because there's so many people that are freaked out. And by the way, we need to dive
Yep.
deep. If you don't mind and you're open, we'll go Tuesday. But just real quick, if we can
Yeah.
touch on, what have you experienced the difference of that now, or
I
recovery,
definitely,
anything like that?
yeah, no, I definitely am able to go longer. I'm not a distance person by nature. I'm a sprinter. I was a sprinter as a swimmer. The fact that I'm doing half marathon training right now is something that most people, and I'm getting ready to run my fourth, wouldn't have believed that would ever happen with me. But I definitely have more energy. I don't feel depleted. And I honestly I don't feel as full, and that makes me feel better when I'm working out. And again, I feel like I feel everything else, like my pounds or the bloat or whatever it is, just coming off of me, and the muscle is just coming out so much better. Is the best way to put it. Yeah.
That's like the platinum of what every athlete wants, right?
Yeah.
Lean, mean, fighting machine.
Yeah.
What do you notice
Yeah.
about recovery? Are you recovering very quickly? Because as an athlete, we know that we're only as good as our last workout, right? If we show up tomorrow
Absolutely.
and we only got 70% left in the tank and we're training at that high level, like
Mhm.
what's the point, right? Like we need to
Exactly.
pick ourselves up, recover, and get back so we can do it again.
I mean, I've been doing 2 workouts a day every single day for the last 60 days.
Yeah.
And I've never felt better.
And you're 42?
42. Yep.
We're the same age.
Gee,
We're the same
buddy.
age, right? Sean, this is it. Like sustainability, you know what I mean? At the highest level.
I
Like
know.
Darcy, I am so grateful for you and thankful because I need athletes to hear this too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yes, we know that if a body that's getting poison is no longer poison and all we're putting in is amazing stuff, of course we're going to lose weight. Of course the body's going to become, the way that it should be. But when we can take it to those high levels and these peak things of 2-a-days or ultra marathon running or Sean going nonstop, like this just shows the fuel at a cellular level. I mean, there's the evidence right there, Sean.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's it.
Thank
So
you. Thank you
why
for
don't
jumping. No, I want to thank you for jumping in, Jesse, because that was fantastic and very pertinent. Darcy, we invite you to show up as much as you're able
Absolutely.
in our group. Darcy, what's going to happen if you want to be part of it? It's going to be fun, a lot of fun. We started ER Shred on October 3rd of last year, and it exploded.
Yeah.
It exploded. And the explosion that's about to occur, it's going to start in the next couple weeks. And it's going to be, I believe it's going to be 10 times what we saw last year. It's going to be that good because now we have a nucleus, and all of Heather's work is going to come into play. Bob's, Jesse's, Susan's, it's all going to start. And when people come in now, we know what the hell we're doing.
I understand. No, absolutely. And I appreciate you having me on here. I really do.
Thank you so much, Darcy.
Yep. I'm sorry I can't stay. I was telling Sean
Okay, you go. Yes. And thank you for making the time tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
Okay, that was really fun. Really good. How about we move over to, I saw her on here, Shirley McNeil. Are you out there, Shirley?
I am. Can you hear me all right?
Yes. Hi, Shirley. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you.
Good. And who's that you got there next to you? Just so
I got
am
my
familiar.
dearest. This is my husband, Lane.
Whoa. Lane, good to meet you, Lane.
He's never seen these calls, and I said, you got to see this. You got to hear.
Well, Lane,
But-
not only are you on the call, you're being broadcast into millions of homes all over the world right now. I'm just kidding. Lane, it's good to meet you. So, oh gosh, it's so good to be with you. And I wanted to commend you on your photo as well in the group. And I want to, before I forget, remind everybody, please do go in the group. It's Shirley, and then it's McNeil, McNeil.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And your post was the energy, the vibration, oh my gosh, so high. And so give me an idea, real quick, what is your passion? I'm going to start asking people that instead of what they do for a living, because that's not always their passion.
Well, my passion, I love helping people feel better. Honestly,
There we go.
I do. I teach fitness classes, and heard about Isagenix about 8 years ago. And so to help people feel better is really important to me because I went through some issues when I was younger, health-wise, and got through those. But when you can see people smiling because they're feeling good, it means a lot to me.
Beautiful.
And I do love my full-time job as well. I'm a laser systems engineer. But
Excellent.
and so that's really fun. But when you can
All I
really-
hear when you say that is that you're a very smart person. That's all I hear.
Oh, I don't know about that. But when you can change somebody's life, you know, for the better, it just gives you goosebumps. So
It does.
we
It's the
have
most rewarding. It's the thing that, believe it or not, that the board, when we talk about Bob, Jesse, Susan, Heather, myself, Adam, this is exactly what you're talking about, is why we all connected on ER Shred so much, is because the focus is always and will always remain on helping the people. That's it. If you can help someone, that the reward is this call is the reward. Every week I look forward to this. And afterwards, I feel like I'm floating because the results mean everything to me. Thank you so much. And where are you guys calling in from?
Bozeman, Montana. So
Bozeman,
you had a
Montana.
girl last week that called in from Montana and she was outside, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she showed you how beautiful.
She was. Yes. Remind me her first name.
It was Leslie. I don't know her, but she's
Okay.
in a different town. But if you could see it here today, you'd realize
was
it's super pretty out right now. But it
Oh,
could be
that's
snowing
beautiful.
tomorrow. You never know.
So tell me this. Yeah, it was Leslie. Thank you, Susan. Tell me this. What was your initial, how long have you been with ER Shred?
Just a couple months. So you guys gave a call with Nicola,
Yes.
Jesse, and Mary,
Yes.
and you and your wife. And that's how Lane and I heard about it.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah,
Otherwise,
Mary.
I don't know if we would have known, but that's how we heard about it. And I was pretty skeptical because when I was little, my parents, we would never have like real butter. We'd have to have margarine, and my dad had diabetes, and we'd have to have like Diet Shasta Pop, and everything was fat free. I know everything was fat free. So to hear all this was, I mean, I know you need to have good fats, but it was so against the way I was brought up.
Yes.
And so it was hard for me to grab a hold of it at first.
I can
But
I can
yeah.
appreciate that. It's pretty unorthodox.
But now I see the light.
Tell me how you see. Why do you, what happened that caused
Okay.
you to see?
Well, when you guys gave that call end of July, beginning of August, you had a shred coming up in August. And I thought, I'm going to jump in. We're pretty close with Peter Greenlaw. So about incubating the shakes and all that, we incorporated that back in January. And we're doing some dynamic detoxes with him, which really worked well too. But after you get done with the cleanse, weight could come back on because you jump back into a lot of carbs again. And so anyway, in August, I thought, I'm going to jump in and do it. We both said, let's just jump in and do it. But we were not really prepared, Sean. You know, we just said, well, we see the protocol, we'll incubate our shakes. But I didn't prepare and get the right snacks and all that. And I thought, well, if Jesse says you can have grass-fed butter, then I can probably still have my half and half in my coffee,
Okay.
right? No, and
Yeah.
I know you didn't say that, Jesse, but I just
Jesse's
kinda-
like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
yes, I know I did. I really did quite a few things wrong. But the deal is, even though I didn't follow it exactly, man, I felt a difference at the end. And I had a Latin dance performance after that. And I felt like so good. I felt leaner in my stomach. And so even doing it not the way we should have, I still saw results.
And what were those results? I
Yeah.
want to know what were those results?
So I lost about 6 pounds. I didn't measure inches or anything, but I still lost the weight. And I felt really good. And I thought, okay, there is something to this. And Lane, because we weren't prepared, I actually was eating almonds and other things too that I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But Lane said that he said, you bailed, right? He bailed a couple days in. But then I told him there's something here. And so I put a post up about it. And some people said, I want to do that with you. So we got a whole group of people from Montana that wanted to try it. And this last one in September, we followed it way closer. I mean, we followed it pretty much what you said.
Okay.
And there we took our measurements of our inches, and I lost 7 pounds then,
Oh my
and 11 and a
gosh.
half inches. And so I hadn't been that little since we got married, and still holding it. I mean, I come up a couple pounds, but I just felt so good. And I thought the energy thing would be an issue because with less carbs, I was concerned about that, but no way. It's amazing. And the other beautiful thing is all the girls that were doing this with us in our team, they were supported by all of you in this group, which is amazing. We had a shredder messenger group as well. And we were sharing recipes. And when people were struggling, we were helping each other. And all those guys lost between like 5 and 12 pounds. And hardly any of them had lost that much weight in that short of time and felt good and felt satisfied. I mean, it's just
you're
amazing.
touching all the hot buttons now.
So and then though, and some people weren't doing it to lose weight, you know. For some people it was, I got some foods that are messing with me and I just feel bloated all the time, just like you guys.
Yes.
And so they were so grateful. One girl said, I don't think I lost any weight. And I said, well, jump on the scale and let me know. Well, she lost 10 pounds. And she's like, I can't believe it. And she said, I just feel so good. And so now we're using the techniques that you guys recommend to bring food back in, you know, hold it in your mouth and measure your heart rate.
Mary is very good about this stuff as well. She's very good. Yeah.
So Mary, I can't say enough.
You guys, it's fate. I just want to, you guys are going to hear me say fate a lot, but it's fate that Nicola and Mary and, you know, that whole Peter connection, and it's just Bob, it's all fate. And so the fact that you're on this call here is fate as far as I'm concerned. Real quick, because I want to take the opportunity, I'm not going to call on Lane there. And the reason is because, funny story, this one guy was, he built me a pool. I said to the guy that built me a pool, hey, do you know so-and-so across the street? He goes, yeah, I don't like him very much. I said, well, why is that? He goes, I don't like him. And then I said, why don't you like him? He called on me to say the prayer at church. I didn't even volunteer. He called on me to say the prayer.
So you're nervous to call on Lane.
I'm not going to call on Lane, but how about Shirley? How did Lane do?
He rocked it. He resisted it quite a bit at first, but then you lost a bunch. You're feeling way better too.
It was amazing to experience the loss of inches. I was really surprised because I don't feel of myself being overweight or whatever else. I mountain bike a lot. I like to
You look
be really active.
You look super fit. I see it.
But I lost quite a few inches in different areas, and a lot of the bloating stuff went away. The whole gut, the digestion, everything felt better. You know, I looked a whole lot better, and the 9 pounds down was a surprising 8-9 pounds down was a big deal, and it stayed off. So it's been an interesting thing. And then I don't know, I have a friend who does ketogenic diet all the time, and the heart rate thing was interesting thing to see, because he said he runs at a higher heart rate all the time when he's doing, you know, in ketosis. And the other day out biking, I saw 170 on my heart rate, and I felt I'm just talking away and things were great. And I've never happened before. If it's 168, I can hardly speak. And so it's been a surprising thing. There's some adaptation happening that's in an interesting way to try.
Well, thank you so much, Lane. I hope you don't hate me for indirectly calling on you there.
That's good.
I'm a clever fellow. You guys, how long have you been married?
We've been married
16
years.
Oh, congratulations. You guys are a really beautiful couple. And I love that you're both into health. That's so cool. And, you know, you're setting a great example for the rest of the world. So thank you so much. Is there anything either of you would like to share in closing that you didn't get a chance to say?
No, your community is truly amazing.
Our community.
You have something there, and this whole protocol it's working and it's changing lives. And we got a whole second wave that are cleansing that got behind in the first. So they're doing that right now. And then a bunch of people are going to join you in September. Again,
Going to join, it's
so-
our community, and they're going to join us, Shirley.
yes, yes, that's it. So anyway, thank you for
Thank you.
having me, and you guys are amazing, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much. All right, thanks, guys. We'll move on. That was incredible. I love the couple. I had to do it because Lane's sitting there. You could tell, you know, he's on board. So thank you so much, you guys. Next up, we've got is Megan McIsaac out there? Megan McIsaac? I'm just going to give it 1 second, guys, just in case she doesn't know how to unmute. What about Tara Poston? Is Tara Poston out there? Oh, she's actually next week. I just realized. Hold tight. Next week. What about, did I call on Blackney Boggs? And I think she said she'd like to go towards the end of the call. Is there anybody else out there who would like to share their ER shred experience? While we wait for Blackney Boggs to come on by 6:45, which is in about 7 minutes.
I have an update.
All right, Susan Rothman. Let me tell everybody who you are. Susan Rothman is a holistic nurse, and she is the head of our health professional board. So thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Sean. So this isn't about me. This is a guy. He's been doing the shred. He's not on Facebook. He's 72 years old. Vietnam vet, ex-Marine. He bikes like 10 miles a day. He came into our office working on cardiac health, that he wanted to get leaner. So he's doing the shred. He's been doing it a while, but he came in the office with terrible anxiety, and he's tried everything to get off this. I'm emotional about this because when I saw this guy, it just didn't fit. And even before ER shred, I had a prayer that whatever we do with him in practice, let's get this off of him. And so about, I guess, a month and a half ago, he started the ER shred. And so I asked him, I said, so have we shredded the anxiety yet? He says, I don't think so. I think it's a little bit better. Well, to date, he's got rid of 14 pounds. And I posted this on my wall. And I asked him, so what about the anxiety? And he said to me, it's shredded. And to me, I mean, that makes me smile really big. You know, that's a mental health non-scale victory. It's going to change his life. So I wanted to share that.
Oh, that's beautiful, Susan. Hey, Susan, let me ask you a question around that. What would you say to someone if they were to say, well, I have like clinical anxiety, and will this help my anxiety? What would you say to that individual?
I would say that food is the most powerful drug that we will ever interact with. And you don't know what you don't know. And even if you're eating healthy, you know, to me, you know, what do we do for anxiety today? You know, medications, most people are trapped by it. So to try something like this, to me, it's a no-brainer, but that's what I would tell him. And obviously he had a healthy diet. Something was causing him anxiety.
And I think, you know what I'm coming to believe, tell me if you agree with this. I think it's not ER shred that's helping the anxiety. I don't believe that actually. I think if you were to look at it a little bit differently, if you were to say mechanism, the word mechanism comes to mind. And if you were to say that ER shred is merely a mechanism that enables people or supports people to get off all of the most common problematic foods.
Mm-hmm.
And that getting off all of the garbage is where that kind of a result is really coming from, in my opinion. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. But, you know, what's interesting about that, Sean, and that's for another conversation, because he was eating clean and, you know, vegetables, and, you know, he came into a progressive practice. So something subtle was going on, and he was desperate because he knew it didn't fit him. And he's this big guy, right? Ex-Marine. And,
Right.
but I think it's all of the above. You know, it's taking down the inflammation, healing the gut. And this is just a vehicle to get us there, to get all this crap out of the body. And then your brain can light up.
You know what's
everything
cool
else.
what's so cool about you is, you know, here I am. I'm this excited about ER Shred, Susan, and you know how excited I am about ER Shred. But you have very unique perspective, especially, you know, if you were to compare your perspective and dealing with people every day for how many years?
Oh my God, I've been in healthcare for 38 years. So in nutrition for at least 20 something. Yeah, 26 maybe.
And I see that you're giddy. You're giddy. Like,
Yeah.
I see that.
But I'm an interesting character too, because I got, you know, when I got into naturopathic medicine, I was working as a nurse. I had to unlearn all that symptom management, and I was angry for a while, and I had to bring it back in. So really the way I look at all of it is in a very like if I talk to other nurses, they're like, you have 3 heads. Because I look at the whole body and the whole picture. And so, you know, that's what gets me so excited about this, because it's ground floor, changing lives. Every mark of how we heal.
Yeah.
How we heal.
You know what, Susan, I had a thought today you'll appreciate. You know, if you give a dog food that the food is not suitable for the dog, dogs will almost instantaneously, they'll contract diarrhea. And, you know, we talk about poop on, you know, these calls, and in ER Shred, we talk about poop. That's okay, poop talk. But I want to give a personal example. I feel like I have lived as close and as clean to ER Shred as I possibly could as a human being that I'm imperfect, but close. I mean, I've almost been pretty darn near perfect. I've had no corn, I've had no soy, I've had no refined sugars, I've had no gluten, none of the above. Not in 15 months, I haven't. And I feel like my body is so intuitive, and it's just so clear. It's incredible. And I just love it. I just pride myself on it. Well, curiosity, I decided to try a new supplement for me. And I won't say the name of the supplement because it's unimportant, because the point of ER Shred is that we're all different. And certainly no supplement is going to work for 100% of people. We're all too different. Biochemistry is unique as a fingerprint. No two are alike. Well, I tried this new supplement, and, you know, it's funny because I got diarrhea, had diarrhea all day 2 days ago. Then I thought, well, what the hell was that? What did I do wrong? It wasn't clicking. What did I do? What did I do? Crystal, what did I eat? Did I eat anything? And then the next day I take the supplement. Boom, diarrhea all day. And it wasn't until today, actually, that I realized, oh my gosh, it's that supplement. And that it's a little trippy to me, actually, that a supplement that I take a little bit of could actually have that kind of a catastrophic effect on my body, to the point where I'm uncomfortable all day, and I'm kind of in pain, and I'm miserable. And it puts me in that negative, awful space where I'm not enjoying my life. And yet it's just this little supplement. And what's funny is, if I wasn't so refined, my body, my ability to interpret if it wasn't so refined, I would never know that was doing that to me. And I might continue to take that supplement for years and have diarrhea every single day of my life. And will I ever know what's doing it? Ha!
Sean,
not a chance.
You know, Sean, it's interesting you're saying that, because we've been desensitized. We've been desensitized by all these bad foods and not listening to, see, we can listen now. So when we talk about clear, this is what it is, clear, empowered, getting in touch with your intuition. I had a conversation with the girls tonight about a hormone imbalance, thyroid, losing weight. And this, we just connected. And I said to her, you know, she used to compete and it was extreme. I said, well, do you think maybe your body wants you to be more gentle? It's like this connection that, and she knew it. She knew that it was time to slow it down, be gentle, nourish yourself. And it's like we need the validation that we knew it all along. Yeah, because we're desensitized to so many things.
Yeah. Thank
Think
you for
about it.
that.
The average American doesn't feel good every single day, and they continue to do what they've always done.
And yet it's been done to them. It's been done to them and they don't even know it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's even sadder. That's even
We're on a mission.
more criminal. Yeah. We're on a mission and we're wishing it's going to be good. Susan, thank you so much. I'm going to ask if Blackney Boggs came on. Blackney Boggs.
Megan is mine. Where is she?
Megan McIsaac. And I think that might have been it. Well, that's fine. We can end the call on time. Susan, thank you so much for bringing that testimonial to us. And I know how much this means to you when you watch people share their testimonies. Your eyes just it's almost like they start to sparkle. It's like a filter. You know how they do the filters, and all of a sudden, like you go like all angelic on me whenever people share testimonial. You go like, oh.
Megan
It's
might jump
beautiful.
on.
It's sincere. You can't
it's
fake
real.
that. You can't fake that. All right. What I'm going to do then, if we don't have any more calls, I want to remind everybody also tomorrow night, Bob Sivright has a call, which is called Shredders Unite. And that call is about sharing the shred. So if you're someone who has had great results with the shred, if you've gotten behind it, if you love the community, you want to share it forward with the people you know, then that's what that call is really all geared towards. You can watch that call in the group. shreddersunite.com will get you there. Just request to join. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce our Shred ambassador and nutrition coach. You've already heard from him tonight. But Jesse, I just wanted to thank you so much for all you do for us. I hope you understand that we're all hoping that you can slow down when the baby comes. And we're all hoping that we don't become this burden to you because I know how much you want to show up and serve. And I know you're like this home run hitter, like, hey, if everybody's counting on me, I can carry the whole tribe, and that's how you operate. But just know that we honor the birth of your son coming up, and please take some time off and ask for help where needed. You out there, Jesse?
I love you, man. I don't know if I know how to slow down though. You know what's crazy though is you speak of intuition, right? And you speak of learning, and I'll tell you, Sean, I've been on a journey, as you know, you've seen part of it. And, I've shared a lot of personal life with you, and the good, the bad, the ugly. And, it's crazy to me to hear these stories. It's not crazy, actually. It's not crazy at all. It makes sense from everything that I keep looking at and refreshing my mind on, and things that I've learned from the past. And it all makes perfect sense, right? Like the simplest thing ever, without all the complication, without all the fluff. And all it's doing is fueling the human body the way that the human body was designed to be fueled. I mean, look back in time, the shred's ancestral, except why in the world would we not use 21st century science? Why would we not take advantage of the trials and tribulations over the years, which is exactly what we do? You know what I mean? It's so special to everybody because the best things, I think, are the simplest, like nature, the intuition of nature. The more that I become in tune with nature, and I literally watch my plants regrow and tell videos to you guys about my plants. And I see the time that it takes and how they've been damaged and how I have to trim it back and then allow it the space to let it grow. And I start to look at that. And that's what people are doing. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I was drawn so much to the health coaching side of things, because it's not about telling people what to do. It's not about telling you what to eat. It's about partnering with you and giving you the courage to know that you are your own best doctor. You are your own best friend. You know yourself better than anybody. And we allow that space to happen with people. We give people that space, but with the health protocol that obviously helps put them on track, because of what we know, because of all the years of suffering that we've been through, and what we tried ourselves and what we've learned, you know, with help from Susan and Bob, obviously, and Peter, and all of us together as a team is what's made this so awesome. And then obviously our community, right? So we hear these stories and we keep hearing them week after week after week after week. And we see the more people stay in, the more they start to examine and ask why, and you know, use what you were talking about. They start to listen to the signs of their body instead of pushing them away like we've done for so many years. I mean, it's just this beautiful thing that we've come to see today, and it's just so cool to be a part of. And I know Susan, you know, touches on it all the time. Like, people learn food, and how long we've been preaching it. It's the most powerful drug on the face of this planet, because every bite you choose instantly, like literally instantly, sends signals to your cells and tells your body what to do. And you can set yourself up for ultimate success and healing and a good quality of life, or you can set yourself up for pure torture. And that's sadly what we've kind of seen, you know what I mean, happen. So, you know, I love that you said it's not the shred that's special. It's not. It's really not. It's the community that's special. It's the empowerment aspect to give people a place to find themselves again, and, you know, to come back from wherever they were, and realize that, holy shit, I was awesome in the first place. I just needed a little bit of retweak, and I just needed a little bit of fuel. And with nutrition, this is why I say health is our greatest wealth, because solid nutrition, mental place of well-being, connectivity to the mind, the body, the gut, and how we function and move, it literally does drastically change every aspect of life. And it's so cool to watch this evolve. And I'm with you, man. I think this is going to triple in size. I'm going bigger than double. I think that once, you know, people are, I mean, how do you not shut up? How do you not shut up when you got fire shooting out your butt every single day, and you're just so darn alive that you don't even know what what to do anymore? You can't even recognize yourself when you look in the mirror. You're like, holy shit, this is me. This is me. Like, yes, this is you. And, you know, I'm not burnt out. It's crazy. Like, all this stuff, it's like, I feel at peace. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, things are stressed or whatever, but you learn to feel at peace. You learn, just like with that, Sean, I've learned to pull back. You know, you learn that through nutrition. I've learned that through racing and nutrition and pulling back and making mistakes. And it's so cool to watch people be able to go through all of that and just be there to support them. I know you and I are like, are giddy like little schoolgirls. You know what I mean? Like cheering everybody on the back end, you know, texting all day. So anyways, that's what I felt in my heart tonight to share. So I hope that resonates with people to see really the bigger picture of what this means and what this is. And hopefully we can touch more on that next week too.
Jesse, I know that whatever you bring there's always value in it. You know, that's why I've always valued you as my coach, is because it's like, it's real. We cut the BS, because I'm not a BS guy. I've always gotten along best with people from like New York, Boston, because they're just no bullshit. It doesn't exist. And so I think that's one of the reasons I appreciate you so much. You've always been honest with me, 100%. You've always cut through the BS. And you have a unique ability, and I've always said this about you, to take complex things and make them simple for simple people like myself. So thank you for that.
Thanks. Man.
Okay. Also, before we close out here, I wanted to recognize we did have 3 more Mimi Terrell Heart of ER Shredder winners announced, and that was Don Drury and Stephen and Rocio Rabel. And we love you guys all so much. Thank you for being the heart of your shred. We'll go ahead and we'll unmute, and please everybody thank all of our participants tonight, cheer them on, and thank Jesse for that wonderful, and Susan as well. Thank you so much, Susan, for
Beautiful call, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
Good
you.
night,
Thank you.
all.
And
Thanks,
just so
guys.
that
Have a
you
great
all
night.
know, Jesse does not have a filter, so.
No
I
filter.
heard that. I saw that. That's hysterical. I wonder where he gets that.
There you go.
Great call.
Joyce.
Hey, Sean, thanks for the meme.
So are you saying, Mel, that the apple doesn't fall far from
I
the
was
tree?
just gonna say the nut doesn't fall from the tree. Far from the tree.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Night.
Bye.
John, I'll see you
Posting the
soon.
lyrics to the song for next week. We're all gonna sing together.
okay.
So
everybody.
excited.